good people and not so good people. Both of y'all out there. Let's be real. All y'all ain't good people. But what is going on with everybody? Another Wednesday, another episode Eagles Elite Podcast. Um, what I can really say is we here, we support the birds,
And you still pissed.
and I'm still pissed. Those are three things I can say for sure. Now, I'm at a loss for words, y'all. I'm at a loss for words. Let me regroup in my mind real quick. Let's go to Rod comments. So Rod said, "What's up, folks? My guy Cool McCain. What up, Rod? Appreciate you tuning in." So, whew, let's
You
start
know
with
you pissed off when you got the wrestling the Monarchs background.
Oh yeah, I need to change the background. So man, yo, we about to do it live right now. I ain't changed the background. I've been sitting here stewing, but you know what? Everybody can't have that satisfaction. So thank you, Keith, for pointing that out to me. Appreciate that. Crazy work, y'all. Start off with some updates. We ain't doing no graphics today. We ain't doing no commercials today. We just gonna talk updates. Yeah, got any updates y'all would like to throw out there?
Well, the bunny's dead. They didn't kill the bunny. Don't even know why we needed a positive bunny, but okay. I don't think there was any updates, honestly. To be honest with you, I didn't really see anything. Yeah, no, there was nothing. Nothing, no news, no moves, no nothing.
Anything, Benny?
I definitely didn't see anything.
Only thing I saw was the bunny.
I got an update. Hey, Vic, Jahad Campbell's healthy, fool. How about you see the field? Thank you. It's my update for the day.
Field a little bit.
You know what I mean when I say see the field. I don't mean run up and down special teams.
I know.
We're not talking about special teams.
We're not talking about special teams. He was no special teams player to start the season.
All right, just because Dean is back, you want to, mix shit up. No, keep it like it was. Rotate him in and out.
Courage the Cowardly Clown is messing stuff up. But
thank you.
So, Key, Benny, any positives that you guys took from the turnover fest that we were part of? The only thing I want to say about the game is 2 turnovers in one play is wild work. 3 turnovers is even worse. 6 turnovers in the second quarter, the most ever in an NFL game. And we definitely did our part to make that happen. We definitely did our part. The positive is, for me and all this, is they matched us with turnovers. So they gave us just as many as we gave them. And the defense looked good at times. And that's all I'm going to say. Ben, anything you want to add, sir?
I don't want to. I think I said enough in my live video on somebody's in somebody's Eagles group on Facebook, but that was the best game I ever saw the Jackson play since he's been in the league. That was a positive. I don't know what made him play this way, but I can actually say if he was my son, I would be proud of that boy. That was the best game I seen him play. He laid a couple of hits. He got his pick. I love the way the defense held their own. Still, a couple of costly penalties that hurt us. But if it wasn't for our defense, man, I don't know where we'll be. Good game, defense. Good game. Good game. That's all I can say.
Keith?
Any positives? Saquon had a good game, finally. It still were times where we still ran him up the middle, but that one good block came from Darius Cooper. So I see Coop over there in a blocking game as a receiver, and that one good block is what sends Saquon to the house. So good job with Coop with blocking, and Saquon, being Saquon finally.
There's a couple of other receivers that did some good things. Devontae Smith doesn't need volume to make big plays, to be clutch when needed. Dallas Goedert, who I consider a receiver at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He does play tight end, but technically, he's a receiving tight end. He blocks sometimes, but he's basically receiving tight end. He made the catches when the balls were thrown his way. I don't see. I'm trying to make sure I say things they come out the way I mean to say them. I don't see emotion a lot from this team, right? AJ, he get hyped when he get a first down, but other than that, I don't really see a lot of emotion from him. And then the team as a whole, I just really don't see a lot of emotion. And I think you need that at times when things aren't going well. I did a no today, y'all. I listened to Nick Sirianni's press conference.
Oh God!
I'm curious.
You sat through that?
It was only 15 minutes,
Right.
and I was driving, so
Okay. I don't know.
Apparently, maybe I just missed this, or maybe y'all didn't know this either. But apparently, it's been a thing all season where they've been really good in practice and hyped, and juice is flowing, everything. And when they get to the game, everybody seems to tighten up. So the reporters asked him about it. And in true Nick Sirianni fashion, he fumbled the question tremendously. He basically said, once you get to game day, things get more serious. You got to be more focused and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there thinking, so what you're telling me is that the head coach of the team, you don't have sense enough to say, I'm making it too much of a pressure situation on my team. Let's just have fun like we do the rest of the week when we're playing loose and, it's more fun for everybody. And just another moment where I said, this guy's an idiot. A complete idiot. He does not get it. It's crazy. It's just, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, the common sense that he doesn't have is mind-boggling to me.
Yes. It's unbelievable. Like, you don't get it. You just don't understand nothing. It's almost laughable. When I say almost because my team is not funny, but it's almost laughable the fact that this guy's a head coach. You don't get that you're making the situation worse. You're making guys play tight. The environment changes all of a sudden on game day. It's shocking.
And KP ain't no better.
Long time ago. I can't sit up there and listen to him anymore.
Alyssa says, "Hey everyone, what's going on, Alyssa? This guy's just no clue. No clue.
I would love to be
No clue.
a fly in the offensive meeting. I mean, we've seen parts of it on Hard Knocks, and KP just looked like he don't know what he's doing.
Because he doesn't know what he's doing.
I still want to know, like, why can't we go back? I'm still going to harbor on this. Why can't we go back to the playbook, the Minnesota game? Why is it so hard?
Because they don't believe in using the same playbook system.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Nick don't believe in using something that works. He want to use something that he thinks it may work. That's what I'm saying out of him. That's going to be his downfall.
I think it's an arrogance of we can just add stuff when we need to because we're gonna make the playoffs. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be there, and we can just add what we want to when we want to. That's what I think. And I think Kevin Petula doesn't care that his house got egged. Right?
Right.
Truthfully. He's still the offense coordinator. So what he's doing is right. Because if nothing happens to me and I do dumb stuff, even as a kid, then what am I going to do? I'm going to continue to do dumb stuff. What am I going to change? When I get in trouble for doing dumb stuff.
Oh, so you want to be on your way out the playoffs before you start doing stuff right. Okay, got it.
I mean, if you listen to him, it honestly seems like that. And it's so stupid. You know, he's like, oh, and then they ask him about, you know, he doesn't want to talk about the conversations that he has with any players. He doesn't want to give an overview. He doesn't want to say if he kind of got on somebody. It's like, you don't want to say anything.
Then why are you a head coach if you don't want to talk about the issues and what to do and what not to do or what we need to change and actually show some change, not just nonsense? That's why I don't listen to his press conference. Win or lose, I didn't listen to him last year. We was winning because he makes no sense.
Oh, really?
None.
The thing is, he tries to hide everything. He wants to keep everything in house, and it's like, I get you don't want to give the details, but the Philly media is asking you how you feel about this or that. I mean, come on, you can be like, you know, yeah, I haven't sat down with AJ yet, but we're definitely going to talk about the drops and how we can fix that. You know what I'm saying? I haven't sat with Jalen yet, but we're going to talk about what we can do to, you know, try to fix the turnover situation. You know what I'm saying? Like you can acknowledge that things have happened. He tried to, I'm gonna keep everything in house. It's between me and the players, and it's never gonna be between you and your players because you got leaks in your locker room.
Yep.
It's gonna get out anyway. I don't really understand
When
a
he
lot
talks,
about Nick Sirianni.
when Nick talks, he sounds like the girl from How I Met Your Mother. One that say, at one time at band camp, instead of getting straight to the point, he don't know how to get to the point. So he tried to show that he is intelligent and want to come up with different scenarios or different explanations. And come on, dog. You are in the city of Philadelphia. Many coaches have been here before. You are, okay, you won a Super Bowl, but was it really you? Was it really you?
Absolutely not.
Benny, we know the answer to that question.
I wish, Keith, you just said you wish you can be a fly on the wall in that offensive meeting.
I don't want to be in the offensive meeting. If I was,
I wish I could be a fly on the wall in Jeffrey Lurie's office.
This is true. Like, Jeff, what are we doing?
Meeting, I would fly into the fly swatter and be like, "In me, please." That's what I would say.
But you know, I mean, I don't have no trust in him.
Nor should you.
I don't have no trust in KP because one, okay, the routes AJ been running, why couldn't he been running that earlier in the season?
Well, it don't matter what routes he running, gonna drop the ball anyway.
Right, I was gonna say that. It don't matter. He gonna drop him. As many times he complaining, he gonna get the ball, but you dropping him.
As many times he complain, he gonna drop the ball.
The routes that AJ is running, why can't Smitty run them?
Because he's not AJ. He doesn't cry and whine and complain.
Let's talk about him. No, never mind. Here,
Smitty is fine right where he at. He is close. When Smitty numbers gets called, he balls. He can get flipped upside down. He can get flipped upside down, beat up, do a cartwheel, still catch the ball.
You know, it was a horrible game. Did it hurt that we lost? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Did I cry? No. You know why I ain't cry? Well, I ain't mean boo-hoo tears. I ain't spaz out. It's because I've been through this with this Eagles team. Not this actual team, but the years of not winning. Losing don't really hurt anymore. But I can actually say this, and I said this to a few people. Y'all spoiled. Because y'all just started being Eagles, not y'all two. But you know, some people just started being Eagles fans because they was winning. If you're gonna be a fan when they lose. Go through all the ups and downs, all around, all the disappointments. Be that type of fan when as well. Don't be a fan because they winning or they looking good when they winning. Yes, this city, every time we lose the Dallas, there's a black cloud in the city of Philadelphia. The whole week. And only way that cloud would disappear, we have to wait till Sunday till we play another team and beat that team, and then we start feeling good. But for the last 3 weeks, man, it's been a black cloud in this city, man. It's been a black cloud in this city. And actually, man, I'm kind of glad they lose it. You know why? Reality is something real. When you think that you are something, and reality comes to tell you and say, look, you think you the shit? No, let me show you. This is what happened. Reality is finally setting in. Nick don't have no answers. KP don't have no answer. And I feel sorry for KP because he would get fired before Nick. And then there'll be all the the Brian Johnson thing all over again. But
I'm gonna keep it a buck. My opinion, success is our problem. Because every time we have a piece of success, Howard Arterius Roseman gets cocky. Doesn't need people. Let people go. I'm just going to bring in somebody else. Chemistry is important. Howie knows nothing about chemistry. So he does believe that he can just plug other people in that have similar skill sets and similar stories, and it should be the same. But you know who pisses me off the most out of all this? That dad blame DC coordinator. Because you got a defense full of nice guys. And you know what happens to nice guys?
They finish last.
Last.
Yep.
Where the dogs at? Vic don't like dogs. Dogs speak up.
He like
Dogs
puppies.
might get a penalty every once in a while. Dogs might get a penalty for, might get a penalty for a nasty hit. All these things. The other problem, we don't have succession plans in place. We know OCs are leaving. You cannot find an OC that's going to stay. You're going to have young OCs. They're going to leave when the head coach jobs come a calling. If you got an old OC, his system is going to be outdated and the defense is going to kill him. So you have to have a succession plan. I've been saying this for years. Howie, if you want to let Nick promote people from within, make sure those people can show that they know how to call plays. That's why you have a run game coordinator. That's why you have a pass game coordinator. These are guys that help with one half of the offense. They help call plays for that. They help prepare things. They do all the things to help get it ready. And if you try to tell me that's already been happening in this locker room, you're a bigger fool than Nick Sirianni and Kevin Patullo, because it has not been. It clearly has not been. There are times where it's okay, in my opinion, to hire somebody from inside the organization. But they have to have a couple of things. They're going to be a coordinator. They need to have experience calling plays at some level on that side of the ball. They have to have a backbone, right? They have to be able to stand up and say, nah, this is what we're going to do. This is what I believe. I'm calling plays. You want a trumpet? Then you call plays. And the third thing they have to do is they have to advocate they have the right guys on the team. We've known Lane Johnson was almost done for a couple of years now. Never got a replacement. Fred Johnson is fine at that position. Tyler Steen is not who we believed he was. We don't have anybody else to put in. Will Tyler Steen get better? Possibly. But we don't have anybody to put in. So we have to keep him out there. Our offensive line has been a strength for the last 6 or 7 years. I wouldn't say it's a weakness now, but it's not the strength it was. Landon Dickerson, I don't know what's wrong. I know he's been out in and out of lineup a lot too. He's not playing the same. Mailata's getting penalties. It's a lot of things that are going wrong for the team. And the crazy part is we haven't had but like one blowout, even with all these things. You know what I'm saying? The only blowout we had was against the Giants. Last positive I'll say, we find a way to be in games. We screw up a lot, but we still find ways to be in games. We got 4 games left. We've got the Raiders this weekend. Then we've got the Commanders, game that I'll be at. Then we have the Bills, then we had the Commanders again at the end of the season. Most people say, "Oh, y'all gonna beat the Raiders." We'll talk about that later. Most people say, "Oh, y'all gonna beat the Commanders both times you play them." We'll talk about that later. Oh, Buffalo might be hard. We'll talk about that when we get to it. But here's what I want to say. Doesn't matter who lined up across from us. The biggest battle the Philadelphia Eagles are facing is the Philadelphia Eagles. Once that gets fixed, once we win that battle, then maybe we can get back to winning some games. I just don't know if we're going to win that battle. Anything else you good people would like to add?
I mean, you done summed it all up.
Thomas Steen is not really a guard. He's a tackle who was made it into a guard.
Hey, that happens a lot of times and it's successful.
Right. So, and I agree with you. He's not what we thought he would be. Can he be something? Who knows? Who knows? Like last year when we acquired Beckham, and before the season even started,
Beckham only started playing when Steen got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
This is he wanted to do it in training camp anyway. But before training camp and all that stuff, I was like, damn, we just got acting. Maybe Jeff can do something with him, man. Maybe he can, bring. This was everybody's take on it too. Make him reach his potential. And I always thought Steen was that weak link. If he was going to be the starter, I would felt that he was going to be that weak link because he's undisciplined. He has no. He really don't. He has power, but he's not powerful.
Who are you talking about?
Steen. So when I saw Becton, when I was listening to Brian Baldinger, whatever his name is,
Brian Baldinger.
Baldy, when I was listening to Baldy, he was saying Becton is a much better run blocker than Steen. He is the best run blocker lineman that we, guard that we had.
Well, I mean, in fairness, we only had two guards, and the other one was Landon Dickerson. So it's not like Mekhi Becton had to be great at run blocking. I mean, I'm gonna say this. A lot of people tell us what the problem is, right? If the problem is so clear, why don't you go fix it then?
The only way we can fix it is it's time to revamp that line.
And what do you suggest we do to revamp the line?
Too late now.
Right now, we can't revamp it this season.
In the offseason, what do you suggest we do?
Well, it's time to look for Lane's replacement.
Fred.
We already got Lane replacement.
We gotta use these draft picks, and we gotta see what they do. They've been hurt.
The first 3 draft picks I would use for offensive linemen, because if Landon is getting hurt every other game or every game, we have to protect him from himself. We need a center we need a backup center. You can get that in the 3rd round. It's time that we already got what we need on offense. We just got to use our picks on the offensive line. If we can do that, we'd be all right.
So you wouldn't use one of the top 3 picks on either another corner, because we definitely need another corner.
We can always get O linemen in the later rounds.
Or a defensive lineman, because we need another defensive lineman. Or a safety because we need another safety. You would
I ain't
use
see
them
no
all
safety out.
on the offensive line.
Wait a minute.
There's safeties out there every year. There's safeties out there every year. What I'm saying is, do we need offensive linemen? Yes. Do we expect these guys to come back and look the same? No, because what? They're supposed to be Stoutland University, right? So they should look better every year. So if we use our first 3 picks on offensive linemen, I can guarantee you next year our defense is going to get blowed out and beat down. Because Howie Roseman is not going to go out and sign the people that we need. So if we don't get younger on the defensive side of the ball, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. Then you got to start. You think about it, we got to start paying some guys, or letting guys go.
JD earned his contract, in my opinion.
Yeah, JD earned
Yeah,
that.
if we don't pay guys and we let guys go, then they got to be replaced.
Wait a minute. Whose contract up first? JD's.
What do you say, Benny?
Yeah.
Whose contract is up first?
He's on his 5th-year option right now.
So he's up first. He's the main priority, right?
We
don't have to play Carter until what? After next year?
I think so. And then I think
Every
it's
year
Reed
that you
that's
wait to
up.
pay Carter, the price goes
Dean.
up.
Okay, it's
Dean's actually
Jordan
this year.
is JD and Dean.
Blankenship.
Well, how much you think how much you think Blankenship is going to cost?
It depends on Howie. It depends on Howie.
Do you keep Phillips? Can we keep Phillips?
It depends on Howie. I mean, Vic loves him.
I think Howie need to sit down and start calculating the cornbread to see if we can keep these at least 2 of the 3.
He's calculated the cornbread. He's calculated the cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't care about anything until he gets to what he wants. It's after the trade deadline. Howie could care less about this team right now unless somebody comes available, like he's trying to get Slate. If something like that happens, Howie could care less.
So it's Goddard, Rake, Blankenship, Dean, Jahan, and Aziz.
So
then Calcaterra, Grant, Dillon, Braden, Mann.
Let's be real. Dillon's probably not going to be back.
Matt Pryor can go.
Goddard's not going to be back.
Adore can go.
You said who's not going to be back?
Dallas Goddard's not going to be back.
But you said somebody before him.
So it's Goddard, Reed, Nakobe, Jahan, Aziz. Then it's AJ Dillon, Grant Calcaterra, Kenyon Green, Matt Pryor, Braden Mann, Josh O'Shea, and Adore Jackson.
Jackson shouldn't be back, but they've been slobbing Jackson lately, so he may be back. My point is, we're old at some key positions on defense. We've got younger guys like Carter have been around long enough to start to take over leadership roles. So now we got to start overhauling the defense by getting younger. So if you spend your first 3 picks on offensive linemen, you're shooting yourself in the foot with getting a top defensive lineman that's going to be an impact player right away, which is what we need.
And how many picks we got for next year? 12?
We got enough.
We got picks to do what we need to do. You can get linemen later too. But the problem is,
get what? 4th, 5th, and 6th round?
The problem is we don't know how to develop defensive backs. So if we don't draft early defensive back guys who are already prepared to play, they're going to wash out of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's just the truth. So we got to look at who we are and what we do as well. Here's a question for you guys.
Bobby.
What's up, Bobby? Bobby says, put a percentage of blame on each of these people. Nikki Tight Pants, Howie Roseman, players.
Well, I think Howie gets at least 25% of the blame for not re-signing folks and signing people and not
I'm
putting
going to go
people.
33 and a third for each of them. Because execution has been piss poor at times. Nicky and his staff definitely are piss poor. And Howie's letting the wrong people go in certain situations or not bringing back. I'm not going to say let the wrong people go, not bringing back people that connect well together. If you got a group that's playing well together, why are you trying to break it up? Because you're not smart. That's why.
No, it's not smart.
There's some people you're going to lose because people are going to pay them more money, like a Josh Sweat, some guys that we lost. You're like, hey, we knew they were going. But there's guys that you could have politicked with and tried to get back that I feel like you didn't. Because you thought that because you just won a Super Bowl, same thing that happened last time we won a Super Bowl, that you knew how to get the right people in and you didn't have to worry about who was already there. And the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Just like it did last time. Humbleness, Howie. Humbleness, my guy. When you win, and this is always a concern, when you win, you can't go out and act like you don't won. You go out, like the team said, we're going to go out and we're not going to really focus on the Super Bowl from last year. This is a new year. Perhaps that was a bad strategy. Perhaps you should have embraced the Super Bowl. Perhaps that would have gave us a better opportunity to get another Super Bowl.
Maybe we would have been more humble. Maybe we would have been more, having fun again. Like, yeah. I feel like we too uptight, or it's just not the same feel.
That's basically what it is. The team's too uptight on game day. They're fine the other days. They get on game day, and you got we got Numbskull Nicky. I'm gonna start calling him Nicky Numbskull. There we go, Nicky Numbskull. Putting extra pressure on the guys on game day, and that's why they're going out and looking uptight, dropping balls, missing windows, and different things because they're not able to just play loose and be themselves. And the only thing that Nick is supposed to be there for, primarily, is to keep morale up. He's supposed to be the morale guy. If the morale guy is messing things up, then what other qualities does he bring? But we're not going to have that conversation because he ain't going nowhere. Unless he barks in their office and demands certain guys that have no qualifications get positions, he ain't going nowhere. But there is, one update thing I wanted to bring up earlier. I just thought about it. Oh, before I do that, you got percentages.
I guess everybody get to share the blame.
Yeah, everybody definitely got to get a share, but what's the percent you give each of them?
Let's see. So I'm gonna put majority of the part on Nick, because he's the head. So about 50% with Nick, because he's the head coach. So he has to determine. He should be able to determine, hey, this offense ain't working. Maybe we need to do something different. He should go to Petulio, but that's his home. He ain't got the balls to do it. He's too soft. And I think that's why we're in the position we in. So he gets at least 50% of it.
Okay.
Howie, I feel, 50. So we had 25. I feel Howie is 25. We get KP 25. That's 100.
Well, the players.
Oh,
so it's Howie, Nicky, and the players. That was Bobby's question.
So, I mean, your main role guys. I mean, Jalen, I feel like, he could be better. He's like maybe 10, 15% involved. He could do better. AJ, he complained too much. Him complaining and then coming out the 3 games we lose, he has his numbers. He don't say nothing. Oh, he's happy, but we losing. And then he go out there and drop balls. So, I mean, you can put some of the blame on AJ. All the media attention is getting. Maybe players are distracted.
But just as a group, how much would you put on the players?
Okay, so let's do this then. So that all the players get 25%. Nick gets 25, KP 25, Howie gets 25. There you go. We split it at 100. Everybody gets a quarter share.
He didn't change the question.
Yes, I did.
Sorry, Bobby.
I tried.
She didn't want to answer the question, Bobby. She wanted to make her own question.
I'm like Nick. I'm gonna change it up.
And then she changed it. She said 50 for Nick, 25 for Howie. They will have 25 for the players. But then she had to take 25 from Nick and give it to Petulo. I can't do it. Benny, the question, Benny, put a percentage of blame on each of these groups or people. Nikki Tight Pants, Howie Roseman, and the players.
Of course, how Nick gets 50.
Okay.
He's coach.
Okay.
Howie, 30%.
Okay.
Because what is he? Vice president or vice president and GM?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the percentage goes to the players because
So 20.
goes to the players.
Okay.
Because lack of execution, lack of discipline is unacceptable.
Okay. There's your answers, Bobby. 25, 25, 25, 25 for Key. 33.5 for everybody for me. And 50, 30, 20 for Benny. All right, so let's talk about this playoff picture. I want to say every time I look at the NFL playoff picture now, I get a little sad because the Eagles they keep moving in the wrong direction weekly. And I gotta say, the biggest saving grace for Philadelphia Eagles is that Dallas is losing games left and right, just like us. Because if they truly had their stuff together like they claim, like people try to claim about Dallas, we'd be in trouble. All right. Try this again. You know how sometimes the stuff don't be trying to take forever to come up. Here we go. All right, let's start in the AFC. Denver Broncos are your number one seed in the AFC. 11-2. They're up one spot from last week. Down one spot, number 2 seed, the New England Patriots, also 11-2. Staying the same as last week. And the number 3 seed, the 9-4 Jacksonville Jaguars, which I would say is my surprise of the division leaders at this point. And then the last division leader at 7-6 is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're up 5 spots from last week because we all know somebody has to be that last division winner, right? And right now, it's Pittsburgh. So that's how they made this super jump. All right, 5th place, the accursed Los Angeles Chargers at 9-4. They stay the same. 6th place, the Buffalo Bills, up 1 spot from last week at 9-4. And in 7th place, up 1 spot, the Houston Texans. The Texans are on a 5-game winning streak and are playing some of the best football in the NFL right now. So of the 7 teams, y'all, that are right now, as of today, in the playoffs in the AFC, is there one that stands out to y'all as a surprise?
New England. Even though they haven't really played anybody but Buffalo, I wasn't expecting those players to respond to Vrabel the way they are. And
That's what a
then
coach.
not
That's what a
just
coach
that,
does.
not just that, you also have what's the offensive coordinator there over there? Make
Josh McDaniels.
yeah. Now
Josh
he's
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. He sucked as a head coach, but he knows his job as a play caller. He get the best out of his players. You know, he called plays for one of the, for the GOAT. I didn't expect to see them with this type of record. I expected Buffalo to dominate the AFC North. East. They are my shot.
Key.
I did say the Patriots is going to be a playoff team, but Damon, I think it's going to be number 2, the number one in the East. So I'm going to say shocker. Man, definitely the Patriots is. I'm going to say Denver. Denver hasn't really been in the playoffs for a while, and they're having a crazy good record too. They're winning the AFC West right now, and they're number 1 seed. So I'm gonna go Denver.
All right. Fair enough. And I told y'all mine would be Jacksonville. Jacksonville came into the season with very low expectations. They weren't looked at as the best team in the division or anything. But props to them. Jacksonville has played a good, solid brand of football, and they're number 1 in the division now and number 3 overall. You got to respect that. Now, teams who are in the hunt. We got the Colts at 8-5. They dropped 2 spots, and then the Ravens at 6-7 dropped 5 spots. And the next team brings a smile to my face. The Kansas City Chiefs are 6-7. They're stagnant at 10th. Dolphins 6-7, stagnant at 11th. And the Bengals, not much chance, but still mathematically alive. At 12-4-9. I pose this question. Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, Dolphins, Bengals. Who do you think has the best possibility to crack into the playoffs?
Baltimore.
I'm going to say Miami. Because they playing like a team with nothing to lose. That's what I'm saying. Mike McDaniel, he's over there. He's coaching like his job is dependent on it, even though it does.
That fool better be. Fool.
He's got Miami is the Carolina Panthers of the AFC. Didn't see it coming. When you saw it, falling apart, you didn't see the glue being put on these guys to put it all back together. Didn't see it coming. So Miami is my pick.
I'm going to agree with Key. I would have said the Colts before Indiana Jones injury. If you believe in 45-year-old Phillip Rivers, Grandpa Rivers, then maybe you believe it's the Colts.
Oh man, Rivers.
But I'm gonna go with Key and say Ravens, even though I have lots of doubts about Lamar Jackson. And trust me, I've seen his stats every week. I have him in fantasy football. I have a lot of doubts about Lamar Jackson, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens. as well, because I think they have defense, they have a run game, they have a head coach that has historically helped pull them out of these situations before. So I am going to go with the Ravens. Your reasoning key for the Ravens?
I don't trust Pittsburgh. That NFC North is close. That trap game against, I think it's a trap game between Baltimore and Bengals this week. It's a trap game. But that division is always going to be a trap game, in my opinion. So I think Baltimore find his way in. I don't trust Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. So for the NFC, we're gonna flip it. We're gonna start with the teams that are on the outside looking in, but still mathematically part of it. So at number 8, 8-5, we have the Detroit Lions. At number 9, up one spot, the Carolina Panthers, who are 7-6. Number 10, down one spot, the Dallas Cowboys at 6-1. And at number 11, up one spot, the Vikings at 5-8. Oh, and just to close out the AFC, the Jets, Browns, Raiders, Titans have all been mathematically eliminated now. And in the NFC, the Falcons, Cardinals, Saints, Commanders, and Giants have all been mathematically eliminated. So I'll pose the same question. Who do you guys believe from the NFC that is outside of the playoffs now, looking in, has the best probability of making the playoffs?
Carolina. Well,
Carolina.
I would love Carolina because like even last year, even though they had a losing record, they competed in games. This year, Bryce Young got better. They got rid of Brian Burns. They got younger.
Mm-hmm.
You got a head coach.
I was about to say that you're going to the void, Keith. Makes sense.
Sorry. That's what happens. I don't know. Now all of a sudden, when I take my charger out, the internet goes out. It's so weird. I'm gonna say the Cardinals. I'm gonna say the Carolina. The coaching changed. The coaching they just needed to find that guy to lead them. Bryce Young got better. The defense gotten better. Ted McMillan has been playing great. He's been playing good. I'm gonna say Carolina.
I'm gonna agree. I think Carolina has the best chance. My thinking is going to be a little different though. They're tied right now with the Buccaneers, but the Buccaneers have a tiebreaker. So if they can be one game better than the Buccaneers the rest of the season, they can be in the playoffs.
They still got to play each other
We
twice.
got 4 games left, and 2 of those games are against each other. And they both have a bunny this week. The Buccaneers play the Falcons, and the Panthers play the Saints. So the Panthers can be one game better than broken down Baker Mayfield. They can get there, but Mike Evans is returning, so that could make a difference. So there's some factors working against Carolina, but I think being that they literally are a tiebreaker out already, it's hard to argue against them being the team that can get in. And I think another team, obviously, if you want to go differently, the Lions. They're one game out. They're third in the NFC North. Or as Chris Berman would say, the NFC North division. So same thing with them. You can make up a game, you can get in. But, I'd have to agree Panthers. Benny?
Carolina, man.
Well, we know Benny was
that team.
Talking about it before.
They believe in in what the coaches selling. They playing hard. They playing smarter. they from the coin toss to the last second they competed. They really. I saw this coming last year. And like he said, once Brian Burns left, that team was different. The defense was different. And what made the offense a little better? Rico Suave, is what I call it. Made them better. Got rid of Miles Sanders. It's what's the other boy? Hubbard.
Hubbard.
Is he still there?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. But be in a year.
They repaid him.
Yep, $8 million a year.
But with Rico coming over there, man, whew, it took a lot of pressure off of Bryce Young. They got a good running game. I'm picked. They are my. I believe they can win this division.
All right. So we'll run through 1 through 7 for the NFC. Number 1, we got the Rams up a spot, 10-3. Number 2, we got the Packers at 9-3-1 up a spot. At number 3, free falling, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at 8-5. And at number 4, the Buccaneers at 7-6. That's your division leaders right now. Number 5, we got the Seahawks at 10-3. They're nipping at the heels of the Rams. Rams obviously have the tiebreaker. Then we have the 49ers at number 6, right behind them, up a spot. And then the Bears go from first to worst in the playoffs in 1 week.
Didn't they?
That's wild.
Yep. Tiebreakers.
Look, that Bears and Packer game, that was the best game last Sunday. It was going blow for blow. Blam. I thought that was a boxing match.
Well, I feel I'm glad the Bears won. Slim hopes of moving up. The Bears are losing definitely helps that. All right, good people. So we're moving on. So we got Mile High Bandwagon comes in with 6-7, of course. And then KC Trademark, of course. Also says, do you believe? And loving the background cool. He says, what's up, squad, too? What up, my guy? And he says, fantasy reports for this stream. Appreciate you for that. But yeah, here's the thing. We got a game this Sunday. We play the Raiders. All I hear is, y'all should take care of the Raiders. We should have took care of the Chargers. Should have took care of the Cowboys. You know? Should have took care of the Bears. Should have took care of the Giants. Should have took care of the Broncos. But we didn't. You know? And it's different reasons why. Like, for instance, the Broncos, you got to give them all the credit for coming back, but you don't let somebody come back when you got them down 21 points. Oh, we did that again against the Cowboys. Because, see, last year, we won those games. So Nick feels like he can do that. He feels like he can get a couple of good plays in and then just BS the rest of the game. And the defense is going to save us. It's not working this year, Nicholas John Sirianni. Nicky Numbskull. It's not working. Do I believe we're going to win this game? I hope we're going to win this game. Because what I have to see before I can believe that we're going to win is my offense has to wake up and show up. Not for a half, not for a quarter and a drive, but for at least 3 quarters. I mean, we were complaining last year because the defense would take a quarter off. Now them jokers taking the whole half off. I mean, offense taking a quarter, them jokers taking the whole half off. In order for me to believe we're going to win, they're going to have to show me. I'm mad like I come from Missouri. They're going to have to show me what they about. Show me, and I'd be elated to come on here and praise the team for their play. But for what you've shown me the last 3 weeks, I hope that we're going to win this game. That's all I can say. Show me on the field. Offense, defense, special teams. Show me. And then I'll believe again. I can only go off the data I've been given. Benny, what's your thoughts? And Key, we'll round off with you.
Well, I'm going to beat it. I got my Christmas bonus from a job. I thought I was going to get some money, but boss gave me and 2 other co-workers his tickets. I don't want to feel like when I'm near it, I don't want this type of game that it was like on Black Friday with me leaving at the 3rd quarter. But the way our defense is playing, I feel like the defense would have to do the scoring if our offense is not scoring, which is very hard to do when you want Kenny Pickett. He ain't good, but he ain't no bum. But I believe we can win. Now, how much would it be a pretty win? Who knows? I wish it could be a dominating win. But the way this offense is, the way AJ is dropping passes, hopefully Jalen be out of this, giving the ball, throwing the ball so hard like McNabb, and defense getting their hands on it, or it hits off of AJ's hands and into the opponent's hands.
AJ got to catch that ball. The ball hits you in the hands, you got to catch that.
You got to catch it.
You got to catch that. I don't care how hard it is. If it hits your hands like that, you got to catch that.
Little League coach told us, if the ball touch your hands, it's catchable. And really don't know what to say about this offensive line, but you don't have to hold the defender. And I'm talking about Jordan Menard. Boy, you play that Australian ball.
Rugby.
You know how to block. What, you forgot how to block? If they can just do their job, I say this all the time, just do your job. Your job is not to hold somebody. Your job is to pass block and run block. If they can do that, I don't see why not. We shouldn't leave this game with a win.
Just saying hypotheticals. Go ahead, Key. I'll be right back.
What do I expect? I ain't got nothing to really say. Because it's the same thing, really. We should be able to go out there and beat the Raiders. I shouldn't have to say should. Last year I would have been like, yeah, we're going to beat the Raiders. It's a should. This year. Like you said, do you go out there and do your job? Do your job. Execute. Play mistake-free. Smart. We're going to say the same thing. But we definitely can play better into our potential against the Raiders. I feel like their offensive line we can get to. We definitely can get to Kenny Pickett. The way our defensive line was getting to Herbert, 7 sacks or 8 sacks, how many we had?
Yes.
I feel like
Yes.
we can get to Kenny Pickett because their offensive line is trash. So just a matter of doing your job. Hopefully, Jake. I don't know what's gotten into Jake nowadays. I don't know if we're gonna be shopping for a kicker, but we gonna need Jake. These are the games we gonna need Jake. He can't be missing kicks, extra points, 3 points. He got to be clutch. He got a kick. He need to go back to the Super Bowl because we know when we talked about him all season, Super Bowl he was clutch. He was hitting everything. He was kicking everything. We need to go back to that Jake. He'll kick the 50-yarders but miss the chip shots. I don't get it, but again, I can always stay hopeful and positive every week. So we should it should be a dominant fashion, but it's us we talking about. We haven't seen no dominant games this year. Maybe the Giants was the only one, Minnesota. So hopefully we get one of those games that I've been praying for. But let's go out there and look. Just win. Same motto. Just go ahead. Just win the game. Just win the game.
At this point, I'm just happy with a win. Dominant. I don't even. I'm not even considering that word for this team right now. But I feel you. Any last thoughts, guys, before we get up out of here? I know Benny got something to say.
Diva, come back. Where you been?
My last thoughts. I still believe in you. I will never give up on my team.
Never give up. I'm about to go cut that and have it for one day.
Just come out and play ball, man. Play this game the way you love to play this game. Remember what gave you the passion to play this game. Stop shooting yourself in the foot. This team, this city, and all the fans across this country believes in you. But you got to believe in yourself. If you're not believing in yourself, then it's a wrap. But you got the whole country backing you up. Don't let us down. And most of all, don't let yourself down.
Make sure you check on your friends that may be suffering, through depression. Even those that you may not know, just check on people. Make sure everybody's good. Tough season, especially for those who've lost, people very close to them. And it's never where you start, y'all. It's always where you finish. Hopefully, we'll be back next week with some at least semi-positive updates regarding the team. But hey, the one thing I will tell you, win, lose, or draw, we're going to be here next week. Because we love that team. Not just when they win. We love them when they lose, too. We mad at them. But we still love them when they lose, too. Like a good spouse.
That's why we pissed.
That's why we pissed. We ain't quitting, but we pissed. All right, y'all. Next week, I'm calling it. We're going to have some good news.
I'll put the good vibes in the air.
I hope. Feng shui, positive feng shui and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking in existence.
We out. We got to do it. Ain't nobody else going to do it.